Hello guys, welcome to our channel Nature's Whisper. Today I am taking you to Rameshwaram, which is considered to be one of the holy places, one of the Char Dham and one of the Jyotirling in 12 Jyotirlingas. This video is going to be informational if you are planning your trip to Rameshwaram. I have covered all the major temples and places you must visit here, when to visit and where to stay. So let's start.
Let's go.
Rameshwaram is on Pamban Island, separated from the mainland of India by Pamban Channel, and it is only 40 km from Mannar Island, Sri Lanka. You can plan your trip in such a way that you reach Rameshwaram by evening or night. Temple opens at 4 am. First visit the temple, and if it's any auspicious or festive day, lot of devotees come for darshan, so try to come as early as possible to avoid the crowd. We reach Rameshwaram via road by evening 7. To reach Rameshwaram, you have to cross Pamban Bridge, and this is the view of Pamban Bridge in the evening. Today we only had dinner and relaxed in our stay. Next day by 5 am we started for temple. Temple was at walkable distance from our stay and it was Amavasya that day, so lots of devotees reached for darshan. This is Agni Tirtham located on the eastern seashore opposite to the temple. According to the legend, after killing Ravan, who was a Brahmin, devotee of Lord Shiva, Prabhu Sri Ram had prayed to Lord Shiva to recompense his sin of killing a Brahmin. He had bathed in the water of Agni Tirtham. The reason why bathing in holy Agni Tirtham is said to be atoned sin of devotees. The other legend goes that goddess Sita, to intent to prove her purity to Lord Ram, Lakshman light a fire and she sat inside the fire to prove what she intended to. After taking bath in Agni Tirtham, we moved towards the east gate of temple and came to stand in the queue of 22 holy water. It is believed that there were 22 arrows in the quiver of Lord Rama. You should take blessings of water from these 22 wells. The temperature of the Tirtham water varies and so do the salinity, ranging from neutral to very sweet. When you go inside the corridor, you will be moved from well to well in the queue, beginning from Mahalakshmi Tirtham, followed by Gayatri, Savitri, Saraswati, Gavya, and many more. It is believed that taking baths from these Tirtham removes the sins. After that, you can change your dress and move towards the main temple. The Rameshwaram temple is dedicated to Ramanath Swami or Shiva and has the deity in the form of Lingam. The temple has two lingas, one that was built by Mata Sita called as Ramalingam and another that was bought from Kailash by Lord Hanuman known as Vishwalingam. There are three huge corridors here. The first corridor is the oldest and dates back to the 12th century, but has been renovated over various time periods and houses the main deity. The second corridor has 108 Shivling as well as a statue of Ganpati. The third corridor is the showstopper, with a whopping 1212 pillars set on an elevated platform and has a height of close to 23 feet and is naturally said to be the longest pillared corridor in the world. The length of corridor is 3850 feet. There are two Gopuram, one in the east and is 78 feet high and 5 tier, and another in west, 126 feet high and 9 tier, known as Raja Gopuram. The carvings on these pillars are quite mind-blowing and have been painted in bright colors as a part of regular maintenance. After the never-to-be-forgotten darshan, we came outside to buy prasad. You should must buy holy Tirtham water bottle to take home. Then we came to our stay. This time we booked stay from DTDC website, Hotel Tamil Nadu. From this website, you can book your stay in most of the famous places in Tamil Nadu. The stay was quite good and they had complimentary breakfast. I will provide the link of website in the description. We moved to explore other temples and beaches of Rameshwaram. We directly went to Dhanushkodi. On the way to Dhanushkodi, there is this temple called Vibhishan Temple, which is bit off road from the road which is leading towards Dhanushkodi. The legend is that Prabhu Sri Ram coronated Vibhishan as king of Lanka at this place. The temple devoted to Prabhu Sri Ram, Sita Mata, Lakshman and Hanumanji has been constructed here in the remembrance of the incident. Dhanushkodi beach lies on the tip of Rameshwaram Island. Dhanushkodi Road is one of the most beautiful drives of India, and it is also one of the most exciting drives. For the last 10 kilometers of this drive, you drive through a road with hardly any land on either side. The road is flanked by turquoise blue Indian Ocean on one side and blue and green Bay of Bengal on other side, until it comes to an end on Dhanushkodi beach, that is erosion point, with no land beyond, only water on all three sides. Nearly 5 kilometers before the Dhanushkodi beach lies the ghost town of Dhanushkodi, and this is a must-visit spot. Before 1964, Dhanushkodi was a busy, crowded city. In 1964, Dhanushkodi was hit by a cyclone and was almost destroyed by it. It is considered a ghost town. At the time when Dhanushkodi was a precious town, it had beautiful temples, school, hospital, church, hotels as well as shops and even a railway station with the rail tracks. As you move further behind it, there are many herds of local vendors and local people. As you approach to Dhanushkodi beach, you will see numerous stalls on both sides of the road selling seafood. And near the road, there are some stalls selling items made of seashell and local handicrafts. Just before 0.1 kilometer, there is this last bus stop of India. This is the lighthouse from where the entire Dhanushkodi beach view you can take. We spent some time here watching beach. This turquoise color of beach is a treat to the eyes. Standing here and inhaling the air of Rameshwaram, feeling grateful that I got the chance to come here at this place where exactly in Treta Yuga Prabhu Sri Ram, Mata Sita and Hanumanji were there. And they made the Ramnath Swami Shivling from their own hand, and we are able to offer our prayers to the Shivling. I can't express in words that how much thankful I was at this point of time. Then we visited Panchmukhi Hanuman. This temple has 5 faces idol of Hanumanji with floating stone from Ram Setu. Photography is not allowed inside the temple. There are 2 Hanuman idols. Ancient one is inside the temple and a new one is outside the temple. Very near to Hanuman temple, there is Lakshman Tirtham. Temple has built-in Dravidian style of architecture. Lord Lakshman has installed a lingam and offered his prayer to Lord Shiva at this place for atonement of his sins. This is one of the holy Tirtham in Rameshwaram. Just opposite side of the road there was Sita Tirtham. When we visited, it was under renovation. From there we came APJ Abdul Kalam Memorial. This is one of the must-visit place for every Indian. Entry is free, but mobile phones and cameras are not allowed. Here we can see many pictures of Kalam Sir's lifetime, his belongings, awards, certificates and many more. An inspiration of how an ordinary village boy reached the position as high as possible and got the highest honor. Our next visiting spot was Ramarpadam. This is situated in a small hill rock called Gandhamadana Hill, and 35 flight of stairs takes you to the temple, which was Ramarpadam, the imprint from where Rama is believed to have seen Lanka. Ramarpadam is a historic significance place where Lord Rama and his army were resting and planning their journey to Sri Lanka. You can come to this place at sunrise or sunset time. The whole Rameshwaram can be seen from there. The temple top gives a panoramic view of the whole Rameshwaram city. That's the Ramnath Swami temple we can see from here. When you are visiting here, you will find an immense connection with this great place. It's really hard to describe the feeling in the world when you visit a place which is known as Lord Rama himself once stood at it. It was late evening and all the tourist spots got closed, so we took the food parcel and came to stay. This is called parota, which is one of the famous food in South. It's next day and this was our last day here. We came to see the Pamban Bridge, which is a railway bridge. The bridge is 2.2 km in length, which connects the mainland and island Rameshwaram. It is the second longest bridge of India. The bridge that opens up to allow ferry movement. On an average, 10 to 15 boats and small ships pass beneath the bridge every month. As India's first sea bridge, it has also become a tourist attraction. Currently, there is a new bridge in construction. The view from the road bridge was amazing by watching the birds flying in open sky. And this sums up our trip to Rameshwaram. If this video was informational or by any way helped you, do like, comment and share this. And subscribe to our channel Nature's Best.